What's going on, Griner? It's that time of year again. The journey to selecting the best high school football player in the state of North Carolina. Yep, that's it. It's Mr. Football time. So we have our Sweet 16, as we can call it, the takeoff of the rankings. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, Griner, we're going to split this off in alphabetical order. You got an 8-pack that you're going to talk about, and I've got an 8 that I'm going to talk about. Let's first kick it to your list. You've got an impressive list of eight of these Sweet 16 guys. Can you talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, I think these guys have earned their keep to be in the top 16 in alphabetical order. This is not number 1 through 8. Just want to talk about these guys and highlight them. First on the list is Ben Black. I've went against this athlete myself. He is probably the most explosive player I've seen to date this year in high school football. He can return kicks. He can make plays as DB. If he catches a screen, he can go 80 yards. We've seen it multiple times. His explosion, height, awareness of the field, does it all. Players Ironman football, and he does it with a team that actually has about 150 players on it. So you know that he's that good, that they're not utilizing him. I mean, they're utilizing him the best they possibly can, even though they have a lot of depth. The next on the list is our reigning defending champ, Jaden Davis from Providence Day, quarterback, senior this year. He is doing a performance even better than last year. It's going to be very tough to defeat this guy in Mr. Football. But Jaden Davis is leading his team to an undefeated season at the moment, doing a great job. Number 1 on the Sweet 16 list. Next on the list is Micah Gilbert from Charlotte Christian, down the road, competitive with Providence Day. Big receiver, does a lot of things. A lot of people are double covering him, and he's doing amazing things even in double coverage. They're doing very creative things to get him the ball, like halfback passes and things like that, to still get him behind the defense, doing great things, big numbers. Heavily recruited Jack Larson out of Charlotte Catholic, tight end, senior as well, doing amazing things. Great blocker. He's the typical guy you see going to the Notre Dames of the world. They have like 5 tight ends. He is one of those guys, huge. He is everything their team is about. Big time player, Jack Larson, competing. Zach Lawrence, Butler Jr. quarterback. Butler is rising up the ranks. They had a downfall in the first week. They lost. After that, they've been ripping through the rankings, climbing up in the Sweet 16, winning big games, won the game in Virginia as well. But Zach Lawrence at the helm, at quarterback, putting up big numbers. He's always had great 7-on-7 deals, but this year he's really translating to 11-man football, doing a great job for Butler. Zay Jones, Scotland County. They always keep a running back in the back pocket. He is leading their team, doing everything they possibly can over there in Scotland County. We'll look to see them coming out of the East with this guy running the rock. Numbers unbelievable. Jordan Shipp, Providence Day wide receiver. If you ask me personally, I think he's the best player in the state, top, regardless of position. What he does on the field is amazing. What he does off the field is even better. Met this guy in person. If you had to ask me today, what's the one player that I would want to have out of North Carolina, it would be this player, Jordan Shipp. Unbelievable player. Everything he does from weight room, the best hands I've ever seen at wide receiver. His father was pretty good himself, but I think his son's going to be a little bit better. So look out for him having big numbers the rest of the year. And then last but not least, Jaden Smith, defensive player. Very hard to get in this list. Already has 2 touchdowns on the year on defense. Unbelievable sack track record. Has 7 sacks on a year and 15 tackles for loss. Doing an amazing job with his stats, leading his team to an undefeated season so far. Big game coming up this week. Hopefully he can retain that and stay in the Sweet 16 and climb up the ladder. Those are my 8 right now.
Thank you for that, Griner. That is a wonderful list of 8 there. We'll be back later in the show, actually, for my 8. Can't wait to show you guys what we have for these 16 for Mr. Football for 2023.